Shalom, Kol Haloyim, Wahawad La Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rachak Wadash, the abundance of the elder apostles of great millstone who rule well and who have taught us this truth. And as salutations to you fellow laborers that's doing the work in truth and sincerity. Shalom to you, and it's also shalom to the few Akwaf that believe, listen, and learn. This is a quick hit video, and I'm going to entitle it "This Man is Our Foe." With that being said, this man that I'm talking about is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Even the Israelites is out in the world doing all manner of things. They know deep down inside this man is our enemy, but they yet still try to cozy up to this man or get beside this man as if he cares. And the fact of the matter is, we were made to be enemies, all right, period. And just to open up this quick video, let's go to the book of Romans. And this is good. This is how you know that someone's not your friend, all right, and that they're totally your foe. All right, the word foe means enemy. I'll get that in a second. Romans 13:10, it says, "Love worketh no ill to his neighbor." All right, let me read it again. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Now, when you think about the Edomites, all right, they haven't shown us no love. All right, no way, shape, form, or fashion. When they was the Greeks, when they was the Romans, all right, at no time in history have they shown themselves to be our friends, or uh, even so-called allies or something, or agreed upon alliance. We never have been like that. All right, we were created to be enemies with one another. All right, so they're our foes, and we're their foes. All right, to be blunt. All right, let's look up the word foe. All right, the word foe. Foe. It says enemy. It says foe, enemy, adversary in a blood feud. Well, when you go to the scriptures, all right, going back to Genesis, the 3rd chapter, and let's go to verse 15, Genesis 3:15, it says, "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." Now, that was a setup to the event that would take place between Cain and Abel, because that's where that enmity started at, when Cain slew Abel, which we were represented by Abel, and they are Cain. All right, Cain came back as Esau, Edom. All right, and we came back through the line of Seth. All right, but yet and still, we were made to be enemies. Now, what does enmity mean? It means, let's get that, because it means pretty much the same thing as it does. Well, I can get on the blue letter too, because it means pretty much the same thing. Salakia. It means pretty much the same thing. So let's see what it says in the blue letter. It says hostile feeling, rivalry, malice, internal conflict. It says variant of French word. I'm sorry. Yeah, enmity, hostile act, aversion. Yeah. It says enemy. All right, enemy. See enemy. See. So pretty much It means the same thing when you go to the blue letter. All right, Genesis 3. Let's go to 15. Let's see what we get. Enmity. All right. It's Ayaba, Ayaba, and yeah, it's an enmity, hatred. So this is what the Heavenly Father put between us and them. All right, hatred. And the problem is, Jake don't hate Esau like they supposed to, man. Only those of us that have been put in our right minds, all right, by Yahweh Shem Shah, through the Holy Spirit, through the men that the Lord set up to teach us men that He wanted us to gain this knowledge. We the ones that understand that they are enemies and we hate them back, all right? Because that's how it was meant to be, all right? So, the hatred between us, all right, was set up by the Most High. Now, speaking of enmity, the example of enmity, Amos 1 and 11, it says, Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. See, that's the enmity between Jacob and Esau. We're Jacob and they're Esau. Even when you go back to the time when Isaac was dying, and Rebekah told Jacob to basically to flee, because Esau, his brother, was purposing to kill him. Let's get that. We can get that real quick, because that's how Esau do us, man. He pursue us with the sword. That's why you see Israelites being murdered, unarmed and things like that, murdered into police custody, all kind of things that happen to Israelites under Esau's rule. Excuse me. This is the book of Genesis chapter 27. And I'm going to start at verse 41. Well, let's start up a little bit, because that's how you know you're speaking about Esau, right? Genesis 27 and 38. I'm going to read down to 42. It says, And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So Esau is purposing to slay Jacob. All right. And Isaac is dying. All right. This is during the time of the blessing. All right. When Isaac gave the blessing, all right, to Jacob, when Jacob supplanted our forefather Isaac, got the blessing, rightfully so, even though Esau had already sold his birthright anyway before this event took place. But all right, Esau still had a blessing. All right, and his blessing was the sword. All right, and the fatness of the earth, and the dew from heaven above. All right, and it says by a sword. All right, Isaac told him, by a sword shall he live. All right, and that's how Esau puts fear in people, by using his sword, his weaponry. All right, from the gun on up to the missile is the sword, man. It's an instrument that's created to cause death. All right. Verse 42, and you notice that this is what Esau is saying. He hated Jacob, and he's going to pursue him. All right, to kill him. All right, the word slay means to kill him or murder. Verse 42, it says, "And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah." See, so Rebekah caught wind of it, all right? And then she says, "And she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee." So Esau, all right, his whole purpose and mindset towards Jacob was to kill him. All right, that's that enmity again. All right, and that's the whole setup between, Jake, the children of Jacob, all right, which is us, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. We're the children of Jacob, or sons of Jacob. And then the Edomites, all right, which is the so-called Caucasians, so-called whites, and the so-called Jewish people today. They're all a part of the house of Esau. And what do? All right, they always constantly trying to seek to destroy us. All right, that's a known fact. All right, the so-called Jews sponsored the slave trade, the Atlantic slave trade. That's a fact. All right, they the ones set up this whole system and structure of a so-called America. All right, they the ones that issue down that oppression from above. All right, the higher in the higher seat. They the highest seat of Esau as far as the Amalekites. The central banking families. All right, they give orders on how to oppress us. You better believe that, man. Verse 43. "Now therefore, my son, obey my voice and arise, flee thou to Laban my brother to Haran." So, hey, that's what our forefather Jacob had to do. All right, he had to flee because that enmity between him and Esau, all right, was getting ready to happen again, as it happened, with Cain and Abel, when Cain got mad at Abel because the Lord accepted Abel's sacrifice. All right, so the enmity is between us, and like I said, we're enemies, man. So from there, let's go to the book of Jeremiah 13:23, and it says, "Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil." And when you look at the fact about the Edomites, they're accustomed to doing evil, man. They have not done us good in like I said, in any shape, form, or fashion. So again, when someone is your friend, they would show themselves friendly. You see, but if someone's your foe, they're gonna show you they're your foe, which means enemy. Matter of fact, let's see. If I remember, well, Proverbs 24:8, it says, "He that deviseth to do evil shall be called a mischievous person." Now, when you think about everything that happened to us, as far as by Esau, all right, there all been devised evil inventions that he used to overthrow our goings. All right, that's Esau, man. Let's go to let's see, let's type in the word friendly. Proverbs 18:24 says, "A man that had friends must show himself friendly." See, so does Esau show himself friendly to you Israelites? No, he smiled. He smiled with our people. You know, He's got that old cunning laugh. And he's really, looking to see can he profit off you in some kind of way, meaning make money off you. And if he can't, pretty much he has nothing to say to you. All right, you can see the look on their faces when they're around you. All right, when they're in your presence. I go to the stores and see Edomites. They're scared to look upon the face of us that look like ourselves. They be terrified, man. You could nod and wave at them or whatever, or whatever. Speak just being cordial, whatever. They just be terrified. They get out your way, as if they seen a wild beast of the field, like a lion or something. They just run, right? And that's because there's guilt on their spirit, because they know deep down within that the things their people have done to us are the most evil and heinous things that's known to man. All right, because like I said, they are our enemies, man. And you don't expect any good from your enemies. All right. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. Like I was just saying, Esau, you get drafted to the NBA. Hey LeBron, how are you, man? How they talk. They got a pitch to you. That's because you're looking to, they get rich off of guys like, LeBron James of the world, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, the Tiger Woods, the Denzel Washingtons. All them jakes in the entertainment world, they look to get rich off of them. Esau is rich because of Israelites, all right, labor and things that Israelites do, right? As far as entertainment wise, whether it's sports or movies, you name it, man. They profit off the inventions, all right, of our ancestors. That's how Esau got rich, man. All right. It says, "An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood." See? And why you think Esau pounces on us the way he do? All right. Why you think that so many whistleblowers, all right, that came out and spoke out about the things that Esau do to us Israelites, man? All right, the movie 13th, which is talking about the 13th Amendment, the whole mass incarceration thing, where he locks Jake up left and right, especially Judah, man. The tents of Judah, man. He got a special a special hatred in his heart for Judah, you know, and that's okay, because they supposed to hate us Israelites, man, and we're supposed to hate them, and that's the thing that Jake don't do, man. Jake be acting soft on Esau, man, but this man is our enemy, and pretty much it's gonna remain that way until the Most High raise us up, all right, and puts us and put us on top of Esau, and Esau on the bottom. Because when Esau go down, he will never come up again. All right, just like the Lord, just like the Most High told his son Yahweh Shai. Let's get that real quick. Just like the Most High said about Yahweh Shai. It's the Acts 2. Let's see, Acts 2. Acts 2 and 34, it says, "For David is not ascended into the heavens, but he said himself, the Lord said to my Lord, sit thou on my right hand until I make thy foes thy footstool." I'm sorry. So when the Most High make, you know, Yahweh Shai's enemies, his footstool, it's going to be uh, um, a day of victory for us as well, because we're joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. So once the Most High give the green light and Yahweh Shai take down Esau, we're going to get the victory with Esau. I'm sorry, with Yahweh Shai over Esau. I'm sorry. All right, we're going to get the victory with Yahweh Shai over Esau, because Yahweh Shai is coming back to redeem the elect. And Lord willing, I'm a part of the elect, and so as you other fellow laborers out there, that's doing the work in Truth Society. Lord willing, you'll be part of the elect. Abba Ratazah. But when we see Yahweh Shai, when we're beating up on the chariots, then we'll truly have the victory over our enemies. All right. Let's get. Let me see, can I find that? It's been a while since I read that precept. This particular precept I want to go to, I believe, is in the book of Psalms. Let's see. Bear me 1 second. Well, I thought I could find this a particular precept. I can't remember how I go, but let me see, can I find it one more time? It's like, it was a particular precept that came to my mind, and I forget how to quote it, so I didn't want to just grab any precept, but I couldn't find it. But anyways, Lord willing, this video was edifying. And until next time, I want to say shalom.